The androids of Kepler 22b are gone, their journey cut short. One of sci-fi television's most imaginative visions has met an abrupt end after just 2 seasons. Raised by Wolves was unceremoniously abandoned by HBO Max, devastating a fan base that demanded answers. This was no ordinary cancellation, it was a revolution crushed too soon. At first glimpse, the series appeared to be a spaceship showdown between religious fanatics and atheist robots on an alien world. But in reality, it was one of the most radically inventive sci-fi shows ever conceived. Raised by Wolves stood apart for its sheer originality, with bizarre storylines and technologies unlike anything else on television. The show blazed the trail into uncharted territories. The androids' mother and father didn't just raise children, they raised thought-provoking questions about the nature of humanity, belief, and our drive to control one another. It was sci-fi untethered, a wild genre trip that other shows wouldn't dare attempt. And critics praised Raised by Wolves as a bold new benchmark in television science fiction. So why did HBO Max suddenly drive a stake through the heart of this groundbreaking series after just 2 seasons? The streaming service claimed they axed the show as a cost-cutting measure, but fans suspect ulterior motives were at play. The cancellation came on the heels of HBO Max's merger with Discovery Inc., a consolidation of power that spelled doom for several properties. Many speculate that Discovery failed to see the value of Raised by Wolves' unconventional sci-fi vision. The show's concept ventured well beyond traditional space opera, diving into murky philosophical waters and veering into horror. Perhaps Raised by Wolves was simply too daring for the risk-averse world of network television. Its avant-garde approach to science fiction likely proved too much for executives hoping to draw in more mainstream audiences. The show's community came together to launch petitions and social media campaigns urging its rescue. If any series deserved the chance to properly wrap up its saga, it was this beloved show. But HBO Max refused to budge. Raised by Wolves perished after just 2 seasons, becoming yet another cautionary tale of brilliant art falling prey to cold corporate calculus. And that loss reverberates across the sci-fi landscape. Television is now deprived of a series that could have pushed the entire genre forward into uncharted creative territory. In its short run, Raised by Wolves broke ground in multiple ways. It further developed the theme of humans bonded with AIs, but avoided the familiar bots become almost human trope. Mother and father remained intriguingly inhuman at their core. It explored religious belief and atheism gone radical through the lens of sci-fi, evolving the genre's conversation about society's relationship with faith. And with its utterly alien setting, bizarre plot lines, and body horror, it expanded the boundaries of science fiction's visual potential. The show embraced weird, challenging creative choices few others would attempt. But in the end, Raised by Wolves proved too revolutionary for the mainstream. This visionary series fell victim to a corporate merger that failed to recognize avant-garde genius. This was the saga of a show that dared to dream big, but flew too close to the sun. An inspired work of art that died young, leaving its full potential tragically unrealized. This is the story of Raised by Wolves, one of sci-fi television's most radical experiments cut devastatingly short.